Hi there guys, me again, Mike. Just thought I'd do another video on blogs and blogging and why you do blogs and blogging and the benefit of it. So what is a blog? A blog is is a piece of a website that you can actually write a bit about you, or a bit about a product, or a bit about about your business, and it's a great way to express yourself. Now I've got my own blog. My blog's here. And I get quite a few hits from it all the time. So it's really good to have a blog. You can write things that are important to you, or you think that will help others, and it's a great way of of getting people to your blog or your site, or to join your company. So that's the reason why you do blogs. Now this blog is actually a WordPress blog, but I've skinned it up, so I've made it all nice and pretty, got my picture and so on and so forth, and I always try and write something interesting. I haven't written for a while, but that's what I try and do, and it's well worth having a read. You might pick up a few tips and tricks from my blog. I also give out my secret bag of tricks. The reason I give a secret bag of tricks is because I'm trying to collect people's details, so they go onto my list, which I can do some email marketing. So I've got a blog, Annette's got a blog. Some of you might have seen it. She does all bits and pieces on all different tips, on all sorts of things to do with beauty. Again, she the reason that she does it for sales. So she writes something, maybe foot care tips. Okay, so someone might read her blog on foot care tips. So if we just have a quick look, so they all like it, and that's great. People start sharing it, Google Plusing it, tweeting it, so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, what she's trying to do, she's trying to get sales, or she's trying to get recruits, and that's the reason why that she's doing it. Louise, some of you might know Louise. Louise has got a blog. Same again. These are WordPress blogs. And she sells a few products from her blog, and that's her blog. So that's how she does it. Same again. When she writes a blog post, it's to get either leads or get sales, or to connect with people, and that's about having a blog. Now, you don't need to have a fancy blog like like Louise, or like me, or like Annette. These are called WordPress blogs, and like I said, they skinned up. You can download them, you can install them onto a server and run it yourself. It's the software itself is free, but the skins are not. So you would have to kind of get yourself to make a skin. If that's something that you want, I can help you with that. I know a few people that can do skins for you. They normally charge between sort of $200 and $300 US dollars. So if you want to do that, no worries. But if you don't let not having a skin put you off. I've got another blog here, which is from Blogger. I'm not sure if anybody's been to Blogger. I quite like Blogger. It's nice and easy. I'll just show you. That's the back. That was the back end. This is the front end. And where I just write about products. Why do I write about products? Is because I want people to connect with me. Same kind of thing, to either buy the product or join our team. An example would be, why do we write blogs? Is because a lot of people go online and they search for things. So for instance, if I was going to search for that product, and if I went in here, let's just go to Google, okay, and we just did that. Guess what? Where do we come? We come up number 1. Yeah, right before anybody else. Okay, so it's well worth you doing it. So when we go back and have a look at here, 15 people have seen that one. All different things. We get around about about 10,000 hits. 10,000 people look at this specific blog a month. You might don't think it's a lot, but it's 10,000 people looking at your business is a lot of people. So I try and do maybe 1 or 2 blog posts a day on maybe a product or the opportunity or something that's on my mind, and that generates leads and sales. So it's always worth trying to do a blog post. So that's a little bit about blogging. You can go to blogger.com and create your own account, create your own skin. It's nice and easy. You know, it's nice and easy to do, and you can just write and, you know, write about your experiences or your favorite product or a new product. You know, it's very, very worth doing it. The only thing I would say is that at the bottom of your blog post, always make sure that you send people to either go and buy, which could be to your homepage, or if you're going to recruit, same again, to your homepage, or if you've got one of my websites that I do, you know, one of these that I do for 10 quid, you know, always make sure that at the bottom of your blog you always kind of put a link to that, because that's where you want people to go. Alright, I hope this has helped. If it has, give us a like. Alright, speak to you soon. Bye now.